Everybody wants change in their life. Eventually, at some point, we all want some sort of change. And at the same time, we don't like change. When change actually does come in our life, a lot of times we don't like it. It's kind of interesting that change is such a weird part of our life, because change is going to happen. Life is going to happen and it's going to change. And a lot of times we want some sort of change, and a lot of times when the change happens, even the kind that we want, we don't end up liking it. So change is pretty much part of our life, and that's why today I wanted to talk about change. And I wanted to talk about that change is a really important part of our life, and we need to realize some truth about change. And there's a really interesting verse about change, and it's Romans 12:2. It says, "Do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind." That's not the whole verse, but if you notice, there's two words there that talk about change pretty well. It's conform and transform. It's a sort of two different types of change. And the Bible specifically says, don't be changed as a conformation, but be changed as a transformation. What's the difference? Conformation is kind of like taking a piece of paper and wrapping it around a ball. That's what being conformed is. That's taking who you are, the paper, you are a piece of paper, and wrapping it around a ball. The fact that your paper hasn't changed, but the shape of the paper has changed. A transformation is where you're no longer still the same thing, just being changed in shape. It's actually, you're no longer a piece of paper, but you're turned into like a pencil. So the whole nature of you is changing. And so the Bible is saying, do not be conformed to the world. Don't bend yourself around the world. Don't change according to the world, but be transformed, completely changed by the renewing of your mind, which comes from God. This transformation comes from us. So there's a worldly change and there's a godly change. The world offers solutions for you to change. Okay? However, the world solutions are temporary and they're feelings oriented, and ultimately they don't work. And that's conformation, being conformed. But on the other hand, God offers a solution for you to change. And godly change is eternal and faith-oriented, and it ultimately works. And that's a transformation. So let me illustrate this, okay? Pretend you're a caterpillar, and you're just crawling around, eating whatever leaf or green thing comes your way, and eventually you would get bored just crawling around and eating things, right? You want to fly. You're bored with just walking around. You want change, so you want to be able to fly. You want the freedom of flying. This is the world. The world says this. So, you want to fly? Here's some wings. And they give you some cardboard wings with some duct tape, and you duct tape cardboard wings to you as a caterpillar, and then they say, jump off the tree and you'll fly. Do you think this is really going to make us fly? Of course not. Of course not. We're not going to fly as caterpillars with duct taped cardboard wings. It's not going to happen. And even, let's say you did jump and you were able to start flying with these cardboard wings. You think they're going to last? No. You're going to be flying around, and then all of a sudden, like, you know, one of the wings are going to fly off, the duct tape's not going to hold, and you're just going to be flying around with one wing, you know, spiraling to your death. Okay? That's what the world says. The world says just really quick, instant duct tape cardboard solution. But what God does what we all know caterpillars do. They wait on God. They wait on their time. They get in a cocoon, and they wait for the change. And God, over a process of time, completely transformed them from a caterpillar into a beautiful flying butterfly. Only when we place our trust in God are we free to fly. Well, that's it for today, and always remember, my name is James, and I am your friend.